right, folks, we love talking golf. We have a couple of chuckles. We try to get you some winners. It's Brian Blessing in Las Vegas, our pal north of the border, Cam Stewart. We're ready to rock and roll. Thanksgiving week, we've got lots to be thankful for, Cammy, and that's some nice long shots during a long golf season. And talk about one coming from out of the clouds, I guess. I know I had Harmon. He was in contention. He spit the bit. You had the lead with Brendan Todd going to the final round. Amazing. The guy going for 3 wins in a row. And all of a sudden, the wheels kind of come off for him in the final round. And an exciting finish. Webb Simpson thought this thing's mine for the taking, but not so fast.
No, that's good. And this is the thing we've learned, Brian. These kids, man, it's unbelievable. We talked about with our boy Lanto Griffin and now Tyler Duncan. Who are these guys? That's the thing. They're coming on tour, and it's a great time in the silly season, right, before the likes of Tiger and all the big names, Justin Thomas, before they get, they're partying on their boats and doing other things. These other guys are trying to make money and secure positions on tour. And Tyler Duncan, you stare down Webb Simpson in his backyard and get it done. That's pretty impressive stuff, Brian. So I got to tell you, man, these kids, they have no fear. It's so hard now in golf. We talk about picking a winner. Good stuff, though, Todd. You know, I had him every week. He finished 4th, thought he was going to get it done again. He just ran out of gas. And Harmon, he too many, he had birdies, eagles, whatever, but too many bogeys there, and that's not going to get it done a final round when you shoot over 70. But nice results again, Brian. A couple guys in the top 10, and hopefully we can make some more bread.
I think it's a broader discussion. We're the tail end here, and there are some events, and we'll try to dissect them, and we'll see what we can come up with. Before you know it, Kapalua is going to be here, and we'll rock and roll, But again, like I like Duncan, this guy's now going to his fiance or wife or whatever it was comes running up. Are you kidding me? Gives him a big hug and says, "We have to change our Hawaii flight," because he's one of these guys coming off the Corn Ferry Tour. And he's going to go play the second event. He's going to go play the Sony, right? And now she goes, we have to change our flight to Hawaii. Now they got to go a week earlier because he's in the Tournament of Champions at Kapalua. But you talk about kicking a door down. I mean, this guy didn't have it handed to him. He birdied 17 and 18 to get in the playoffs and looked much more comfortable than Webb Simpson did in the playoff.
That's the thing. And you talked about it before. I'll give you credit. These guys on the Corn Ferry Tour, they've had to go through a lot, right, Brian? You talk about Q schools and the battles, and these kids are battle tested. Webb Simpson's won more money than how many lifetimes over, right? He's the guy that should be relaxed. But no, these kids come in here and go, listen, buddy, I know what it takes. I would love to win this tournament and set myself and my family up for a while, and that's what they're thinking, right? And they're getting it done. A lot of the time, the guy you think would win the playoff doesn't. So kudos to Tyler Duncan. We'll keep an eye on him. It's hard, though. We've had our eye on so many other young guys. It's hard to pick the winner every week. We've been sniffing around, getting real close. But, as you said, Brian, this one came out of the sky. We'll see what we can do. Different tournaments this week. It's going to be hard to peg a winner, but we'll do our best.
Well, it's a South Africa tournament, and I would not be, as you would say, let's sprinkle. There's nothing happening here with conviction. But by the way, on the European Tour, Jon Rahm, it's funny. We did that preview last week,
and we said Rahm.
We went through 8 guys. We went through 8 guys, and then it was like the last thing I said. They go, we didn't talk about Jon Rahm.
I know. The thing is, Brian, too, it's tough in golf. It goes against. This is the thing. You're betting a golf tournament. It's hard to take Rahm at 6-1 plus 650. Rory at 4. You know what I mean? Because you look, that guy that I think could win. Look at Fleetwood. He almost won again. That's back-to-back weeks. He has a win and a second. He almost got it done. He was 16-1, right? But that's the thing. Anything under 8 to 10, you're kind of like, eh. But we got to remember something. Sometimes it's like a NASCAR race. It's going to be, like Busch is going to be there. One of these other guys, right? Right, Brian? Like there's a handful of guys, and you look and go, Rahm. Like we both liked Rahm. We just didn't like the price. That's the problem. Sometimes I guess you just got to bet less guys and throw a little bit more down on the favorite. But kudos to Jon Rahm. This guy can win every week. And if he got out of his own way, Brian, think about how much more tournaments and money he's won. Like he's pissed away a lot of events too. It's crazy how good this guy is.
All right, buddy. So we get I'm so thoroughly confused, to be honest with you, which is,
I'm not,
which isn't saying much.
What do we do?
Yeah, they're playing the Alfred Dunhill Championship. Well, wait a minute. Didn't they just do that like a month ago?
Scotland? Exactly. I thought too.
Well, now they're over in South Africa. So something shaking when just because we love you hearing you say the name, Bezoutenhout's the favorite.
Oh, yeah. Christian Bezoutenhout at 12-1. I can tell you one thing. I like Bezoutenhout, and I like him at 80 or 100-1 better than 12. So I think I'm just going to pass. I know the guy's in good form. He played really well last week, too, Brian. Great performances. This kid's really, really playing good golf, and we'll watch out for him moving forward because he's already won on the European Tour, but I'm not taking him at 12-1 in this field. Charles Schwartzel, what's he been, under a rock at 16-1?
I know. Former Masters champ.
Is he even playing golf? Like, I haven't seen Schwartzel on a leaderboard.
I'm not sure, but I think he and Charles Howell were going around the globe having a corn on the cob.
Yeah. Sponsored by Gillette Choppers. Yeah. Have you tried the new Titanium 6? Schwartzel 6 blades. No, that guy's got sharp teeth. I don't like the number. It's a little too sharp at 16, Brian. I don't want to cut myself. We're such dicks. Anyway,
we are.
We're such jerks. Anyway, Schwartzel is 16-1. The guy's got no form. Coming into the event, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. Is he practicing well? Like, we haven't seen him in a while.
I'd go off the board here. I think you could find something whack-a-mole here.
Know who I like? Actually, out of all the favorites, George Coetzee. He's a guy that I look at and people go, what? He's 18-1 He's South African. And
you know who it is? It's Harding.
I think he's a guy. And Harding. Yeah,
it's got to be. Harding's, been made noise in majors. Didn't he do the Asia thing? And he's been playing in all these big events. Yeah. Maybe he's worn out, but he's a South African guy that I would say, Bezoutenhout, again, the price is no go. Yeah. But of those guys, I think Justin Harding's just been, if you were, making it like the NFL, he has, these other guys haven't played anybody. Justin Harding's in WGC events.
Exactly. No, Harding at 25. I like George Coetzee. I think he's the type of guy that can win an event like this at 18. I'm going to pass on the other guys. I think they priced Coetzee at that price because they know something and I know something. He's better than people think. Another guy to look out for, Brian, that people might not know, who is from South Africa, the Dean. Meester, Dean Burmeister at 40-1. He's another guy, Meester at 40-1. He is a South African who plays on the tour. People might not know about this guy, but he's had some high finishes before. In a weekend field at 40-1, he's a guy I'd keep my eye on as well.
What about Oliver Fisher?
Oliver Fisher, 66. Yeah, good call. Right by Jacobs Van Ziel at 66-1 there. So yeah, Oliver Fisher, that's a nice price. He's a player. He can get it up and down.
Let's make some money tonight.
For outstanding information and special offerings and promotions, we invite you and encourage you to sign up for our newsletter today simply by going to the website at betmaker.com. I like that. You know what, Candy? Maybe we found one here. The guy was, hovering around not doing anything, but his last tournament, October 26th, the Portugal Masters, he finished tied for 8th. He shot 65, 65, 70, and spit the bit in the final round, shooting a 72. Current form, there it is for me. I mean, believe me, this is sprinkle. My sprinkle, Oliver Fisher will be part of the sprinkle. I'm going Harding and Fisher. I'm not going any deeper than that.
Yeah, I agree. Like, once you start to get past 80 or 90, Parator's okay at 80. He plays. Darren Ficard, 90-1. I think he's South African too. But other than that, yeah, this is a dog's breakfast, as you say, Brian. I got to believe, we're going to try to target some South Africans here, but this is a tough tournament to peg. For guys that I like Coetzee at 18-1, Burmeister at 40, and I agree with your pick of Oliver there. That's a good, at 66-1. That's Oliver Fisher at 66. That's a very good price for a quality player.
All right, and then, we'll have the Hero Challenge come up. You got these made-for-TV events, but the President's Cup is 2-3 weeks away. Yeah. In that thing,
who do you look for in the Hero though? Like, Jon Rahm's just coming off that win, right? So he'll probably be doing a little bit of partying. He's a young guy. He's made his money. He's
$5 million he made, by the way.
That's the thing. He made
$5 million.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, $5 million. Let's just throw it on the money pile. It's like Mr. Burns. He's just more money. Throw it on the pile. Justin Thomas, 7-1. I don't know what he's doing. Him and the Get Along Gang are probably at a keg party right now at an Alabama football game. Maybe a guy like Patrick Cantlay, who's probably not partying and working on his game at 9-1, and Tiger lingering at 10-1. But we'll talk about this one, Brian. We might go.
Well, you know what? That's the kind of thing Ricky Fowler wins. He abandoned the get along game.
Yeah,
he got married.
Yeah,
I got news for you. That ship has just sailed. Right?
I still have a feeling. I don't care if the guy got married.
Can I go with the guy?
He's still part.
No.
You don't think so?
Can't. No.
For little Ricky?
Oh no.
It's domesticated?
It's all bells and whistles until there's a piece of paper involved.
Yeah, you're right there, Brian. I don't know. I say you never know with these guys. Can I play wife swap?
Can I go on
the boat?
Honey, can I go with Justin and Jordan on the boat? No, take the garbage out.
No, Ricky, you can't party with Justin and Jordan.
So then he's sitting doing his little, with the Big Lebowski music. Now he's sitting in the lawn chair, playing Russian roulette with 5 bullets and
like he is in the commercial. Yeah, I don't know. Now he's in the president. Now he's part of the deal there, Brian. That's interesting.
Tiger picked him.
Tiger likes Ricky. I like the thing about
Tiger,
Ricky.
but he wants to prove. You don't want to prove Tiger wrong. So I imagine. Again, it's like he's sitting there going, Fowler goes, well, I can get out of the house and go practice.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know, Brian. I'm just looking at the.
Do I sound bitter? I mean, I love my wife.
Of course you do.
But I mean, the truth is, marriage isn't a word; it's a sentence.
Lisa's hearing your show. She's like, yes, go, Brian, go. Oh, we get it. Like, we love each other too, but you need days like she said, if she hears like another football game coming from upstairs and golf, like she's going to lose her mind. Like, there's only so much you could take, right, Brian? We all still got to do our thing. No, I'm with you. So yeah, maybe Ricky, now that he's married, not partying with the Get Along gang, will expect more. Tiger expects more, so he better deliver. Because this guy, his prices are way too low for what you get from this guy. He's fade material a lot of the time.
All right, so it's kind of a smaller sampling, but we'll have some fun. Maybe it's a little prices in this South African tournament. It's fun when you get into contention and we get the goofy hours. I kind of love it with the, that's the beauty of the European tour, or the odd start times where
it's great. You wake up in the morning, you grab your coffee. It's like, hey, European tour's on. It's great when you got a guy in contention. I like it too, Brian. So it's good timing for this stuff. It's going to be busy though. Thanksgiving week and a lot of other things going on. This tournament, I'm going to call it out for what it is. It was nice. I hit a T5 and T6 with Todd on some of my sites, but I'm going to be sprinkling this week. I'm not going to go bananas on any guys. It's anybody's game this week. But my one pick, if you gave me one pick, I'm going with George Coetzee, Brian. That's my one. He's my guy.
So do you and the lovely Lisa north of the border? Okay, the football's on.
Yeah, she hates football. She likes individual sports. We watch golf and tennis.
No, the Thanksgiving, the American Thanksgiving. Do you guys saddle up, or is it special food and meals, or is it just?
Yeah. Like, I make a turkey. Like, that's what I do.
It's so patently unfair that. And good for you. I mean, you're smarter than us. I spend the better part of a year, like in April, I'll say to my wife, can we have a turkey? Why can't we have a turkey in April? Why do you only get it in?
I got to be honest with you. Our date is better. Like, you guys should do it earlier. You got Christmas the next month, but American Thanksgiving, that's what we're all about, right? Football, we just take it easy, Brian. Finally, I know you're doing a million shows, running to casinos, going to the Vegas Knights game. You got to just take off your slippers and kick back on the recliner and enjoy the sports for a while. You can watch the golf. This is a time to relax. But yeah, I do it up. U.S. Thanksgiving's where it's at, man. I go bonkers. I like way harder than Canadian. I cook a big bird, mashed potatoes, the works, buddy. Too bad you can't come over. I like to go wild in the kitchen and on the betting board.
Well, hey, listen, we'll have a little breakfast golf with this South African dealio.
Yep.
And have at it. All right, we'll be back next week. We'll have the Hero Challenge. We'll see what the Get Along gang is up to, but then we'll really start focusing on the President's Cup because, to me, I mean, you just take the Americans. I mean, I forget that. But,
you do.
But it's a matchup deal. It's finding the right dogs in there in matchups, right? And that's where we'll try to make our money in the
Americans will win, but the internationals will have a couple teams that'll give you a nice price plus, and we'll look for those guys to bring you home some dough for sure, Brian.
All right, he's Camp Stewart. I'm Brian Blessing. There you have it. This week's look at the world of golf.
Betmaker, let's make some money tonight.
That's the Betmaker Show for now. We publish multiple times each week. We'd like to thank you for listening, and if you liked what you heard, please take a moment to leave a rating and review, or subscribe to our show feed, or share our show with a friend or two and help us grow the show. We very much appreciate it. Visit us on the web at betmaker.com. And reminder to sign up for the newsletter. Thanks to our engineer, Darren Vandermolen, and producer, Mike Gallivan. The Betmaker Show is a production of Cardinal Marketing Incorporated. Betmaker is a registered trademark. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of this content without the express written consent of Cardinal Marketing Incorporated is strictly prohibited.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction, as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At betmaker.com and the Betmaker Show, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling. And do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.